Hi and welcome to this tutorial video of the PEASx inventory management software. Today what we're going to do is we're going to learn how to change the price of an item that has already been entered. Now the moment we open the software, this is the landing window that we see. To change the price of an item that we've added already, all we need to do is go to inventory here on the top menu, click on inventory, select list of all items, and this is the window that opens up that gives you a list of all the items that you've got entered. So here we've just got 4 items entered here. In case you have more, you can use a search function here, type in the name of the item, you go there straight, and once you've got the item, all you need to do is select the item. In our case, what we're going to do is we're going to select Bumblebee Tuna. So what I see here is the item code, the item name, right? The price here shows up to be 78 rupees per can, and I have a stock of 15 cans. Now, once I select the item, let's look down here, right? So we got different options. Enter to view details, Control Enter to edit, O for the opening stock, and P to change the price. So what we need to do is we need to select P, press P, and we get the option to change the price. So the moment I press P, I have this box opening up in front of me, and the cursor takes me straight to MRP per can. Now let's assume that there has been a fluctuation in the price. Maybe the price has gone up or the price has gone down. This is when we need to change the price here, right? So in case the GST amount has changed, all I need to do is type in GST, select the appropriate GST class and hit enter, right? Now I'm not going to change this. I'm just going to leave it the way it is, because what's happened is the MRP has changed. Let's assume now it shows here the MRP was at 80. Let's just assume that the MRP has gone down to 75. Okay, so I punch in 75, hit enter, and it takes me to the price and cost with tax. The first box that I see is the purchase price. Now, let's assume that the purchase price here now has gone down to 70. I press enter and it takes me to the sell price. Now the sell price here shows up to be 78. The one thing that we need to be very, very sure about is that the MRP and the sell price can be the same. However, the sell price should not exceed the MRP, as we all know. So we need to be very, very careful here, because the system will take whatever you enter. So even if you leave it at 78, it will take 78, which means that the selling price was more than the MRP, which is not right. So let's just change this to, and let's assume we are selling it at the MRP, which is 75. Now, when I press enter again, it takes me to the save button, but before we save this, let's also take a look at this box, this part here, which says price and cost without tax. If you notice, yes, there's a GST percentage of 5%. So purchase price is at 70, which calculates automatically, reduces the 5% and gives me the purchase price at 66.67. However, even if I make any changes here, the same change will reflect with price and cost with tax. So for convenience sake, let's just assume that purchase price without tax is at 100. I'm using the 100 only for convenience. I will change it back, right? So the moment I press 100, if you notice up here now, the purchase price shows up to be 105. The same thing is applicable with the selling price. I'm changing it only temporarily using 100 for convenience of calculations. So I punch in 100, and yes, if you look here now, the price and cost with tax shows up to be 105. So let's just change it back to the way things were. Um, Purchase price of 70 and a selling price of 75. Again, the price and cost without tax gets calculated automatically. I press enter, takes me to the save button. I take a look at the window just to make sure, especially the difference between the MRP and the selling price. Once I'm confident that I've entered things correctly, I press enter again and it is saved. Now, if you notice, it does not reflect here yet. However, if I go back to inventory, and now if I click on list of all items, if you notice Bumblebee Tuner, the change has reflected now. Because this is a different window, it just works like a refresh. Once we go back, right, it just works as a refresh. That's all. Now there's another way of changing the price, which is, again, I go to inventory on the top menu, click on inventory, and here I see another option called price list. All I need to do is click on price list. Same method. If I want to search for an item, I can use a search bar here. In this case, I have only 4 items. I select the item here, right? And then I look down here. I've got enter to change the price, control and enter to edit, all of that, right? So even if I press enter here, of course I need to select it. I've selected, I press enter, and I have the same window, or I'm sorry, the same box opening up, right? Now, in both cases, whether I come from the list of all items or I come from the price list, whichever option I choose, I have the option to either print all the items that I have here in the list, or I can also export it in the form of an Excel sheet, right? So for this, either I click with the mouse, or for the keyboard option, Control P, and I get the option to print the list of all items. So this is all for today. If you have any queries, as usual, please feel free to note it down in the comments, leave your contact details, and we will definitely get in touch with you. And of course, to stay updated and to receive continuous updates on all the tutorial videos, all you need to do is subscribe and hit that bell button. So thank you for watching this tutorial video. Have a great one. Goodbye.